So the All Blacks and the Pumas have both announced their sides that are going head-to-head for the Rugby Championship, so we will be letting you know exactly who is out there on the park. Let's get straight into it. So we will start with the All Blacks, and to quite a few people's surprise, the starting lineup is unchanged. They have gone with the exact same 15 as they did go with in the first match, but we will be looking through number 1, Ethan de Groot, number 2, Samisoni Takiaho, and number 3, Tyrell Lomax. So Takiaho, I felt he did very well in that first match up against the Pumas. De Groot, he's looking like an exciting prospect for the All Blacks as well. Then in the locks, it is Sam Whitelock at number 4, and then number 5, they have gone Scott Barrett. The loose forward trio unchanged from last week, like I mentioned. Number 6, Shannon Frizzell. Number 7, it is the captain, Sam Cane, and then number 8, it is Ardie Savia. So I'm hoping to see all 3 of those men stepping up to this occasion, because at the moment the Pumas, they have got some very strong loose forwards, although one of them has been taken out of the starting lineup. Now looking at the back line, number 9, Aaron Smith. Number 10, Richie Mo'unga. So the same combination as they did have in Christchurch. Number 11, they have stuck with Caleb Clark. I felt he was one of the better backs in that last match up against Argentina. Number 12, David Havili. And number 13, Rieko Ioane. Then out on the other wing at number 14, it is still Will Jordan. They still don't want to transition him to fullback as of yet, but I assume one day it is going to be taking place. And then number 15, to close out the starting lineup, it is Jordie Barrett, but that is their starting lineup for the ABs. Now we look through at the reserves. There are a couple changes here compared to what we saw last week. Number 16, Dane Coles, so replacing Cody Taylor. Number 17, George Bauer, and then number 18, Fletcher Null. So unchanged in the props, but the hooker has swapped out. Then number 19, a big return for the All Blacks. We did see him injured in the Irish series, but now Brodie Retallick slowly making his way back in. He did play for Hawke's Bay in the most recent round of the Bunnings NPC. Did play for about 60 minutes, so should be relatively fit coming off the bench in this contest. Number 20, they have given it to Dalton Papali'i, so no Akira Ioane this week, but instead Papali'i does get the nod. It'll be interesting to see when they decide to bring Dalton Papali'i on, and whether or not it is for captain Sam Cane, or whether they try and play him out of position, possibly for Shannon Frizzell. Then looking at number 21, it will be Finlay Christie. Number 22, Beauden Barrett, he returns to the side. He did have an injury last week that prevented him from being able to play up against Argentina. Now he is back, and he will be joining a few of those other Blues players. And then number 23, close out the All Blacks starting lineup and reserves, they have gone Quinn Tupaea, so that is their side. So before we get into the Pumas, if you are looking for somewhere to watch this game when it is live, you will also be able to watch the game afterwards between South Africa and Australia on Stan Sport. It is a free trial, so you can get 7 days, and then after that 7 days, you can either continue with that subscription or you can cancel it. Now the only problem is you have to be located in Australia to be able to sign up for that free trial, which is where the VPN comes in place. Be sure to use our link that is in the description. You can sign up for a VPN, and then from there set yourself to Australia and watch all of these games of the Rugby Championship. But now looking through at the Pumas starting lineup, they are going to be as follows. Unchanged front row from last week. Thomas Gallo at number 1, Julio Montoya at number 2, and then number 3, it is Joel Scalavi. Then in the locks, we have had a change for the Pumas. Number 4, they have brought Guido Petty into the starting lineup. Now in Christchurch, he did come off the bench, but instead now does get that start. And then number 5, it will be Thomas Lavanini, a man who is always fired up for a contest, and I don't see this one being any different. Then on the loose forward trio, probably the most surprising change of all is the fact that number 6, Juan Gonzalez, is no longer there. He has been one of the informed players for Argentina, currently actually leading the competition for tries scored, also making plenty of meters in the process, but instead they have taken him out, and Santiago Grondona does get the start at number 6. But I do see Juan Gonzalez is coming off the bench, so maybe there is some sort of strategy there for the Pumas. Then number 7, tackler machine Marcos Crema, making 24 tackles in the last game. And then number 8, he was a hometown favourite in Christchurch, as he does play for the Crusaders. This time the environment may be a little bit more hostile, as he is heading up north to FMG Stadium. That is Pablo Matera, who is in some very good form as of late. But now looking through at the back line, then at number 9, there is a change here for the Pumas. Thomas Kubeli makes his way into the starting lineup, and then Santiago Carreras is there at number 10, so that could be a very dangerous combo at 9-10, and it could really help the Pumas set up that dangerous back line. Then out on the left wing, there is a change. Was Lucio Cinti last week. This week, it is Santiago Cordero. The midfield is going to be made up of the Mathias Orlando at number 12, and then Matthias Moroni and number 13. Number 14 did manage to score 20 points last week. That is Emiliano Boffelli, very good off the kicking tee, and if he can replicate that this week, will be a lot of points that the All Blacks could be giving up if they are conceding a lot of penalties. And then number 15 to close out the starting lineup for the Pumas, it is Juan Cruz Malia. So that is their starting lineup. Now we look through at the reserves, and they are going to be as follows. Number 16, Santiago Soquino. Number 17, Mako Vivas. And then at number 18, it is Eduardo Bello. So unchanged from what they had in last week's front row replacements. Then in the locking duo, these two men were in the starting lineup last week. They find themselves coming off the bench in this one. Mathias Alimano at number 19, and then number 20, I mentioned him a bit earlier on. It is Juan Martin Gonzalez. Now looking at the back replacements. Number 21, Gonzalo Berrano. Number 22, it is Benjamin Urapaleta, who I didn't expect to see in this side. I thought they were going to go with Thomas Albanoz once again, but instead they have given the youngster a crack at 22. And then number 23 to close out the side for Los Pumas, it is Lucio Cinti. But this game will be kicking off at 7:05 p.m. New Zealand time on Saturday night. Should be an absolutely outstanding fixture, and we will be live covering it on the channel. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, let me know what you think of these lineups in the comments down below. But thank you all very much for being here, and I will see you all for the next one.